man, so craziness is going on right now. Craziness is going on. A lot of hypocrites are popping out and talking. But we seen stuff like this coming when Drake filed his lawsuit against UMG alleging bots, but we know that almost every damn person has their hand in the same damn game, or the things that he was suing UMG for, he benefited from himself. So it just all made more sense that someone was going to go ahead and do this and use Drake as an example. So rapper named RBX, all right, he's a plaintiff in a lawsuit against Spotify specifically, but it turned to be a class action lawsuit against Spotify, and it's claiming that the company has turned a blind eye to mass scale fraudulent streaming on its platform, and that one musician in particular has been a beneficiary of billions of fake streams, and that being Drake. All right, now Spotify has responded. They put out this statement right here saying, we cannot comment on pending litigation. However, Spotify in no way benefits from the industry-wide challenge of artificial streaming. We heavily invest in always improving best-in-class systems to combat it and safeguard artists' payouts with strong protections like removing fake streams, withholding royalties, and charging penalties. Our systems are working. In the case from last year, one bad actor was indicted for stealing 10 million from streaming services, only 60,000 of which came from Spotify, proving how effective we are at limiting the impact of artificial streaming on our platform. So they saying this other streaming platforms, there's a lot more bots are on stealing money. It ain't just us. All right, so the rapper named RBX that is leading this lawsuit, he is the cousin of Snoop Dogg, affiliated with Death Row, and Daz Dillinger's his cousin as well, but he's the person from the West Coast filing this lawsuit. So you know, there's a bunch of conversations going on saying, oh, this must be West Coast folks being mad. It's all that going on right now, but let's just get to the particulars right now. But see, let me explain this to y'all just on the most simple basis. Every single month, Spotify takes this money that comes in and pays it out to artists, but it's like a pie. You get your piece of that pie based on your percentage of streams. So with that being said, a million streams is a different amount every single month because it's based on the money that's coming in totality. All right, so if you're an artist that gets a million streams every single month, an artist like Drake get 250 million a month, it may be much more. I'm just saying a number. But if he gets that amount of streams, but 50 million of those are fake streams, leaving a person with a million streams that's all legit numbers because he doesn't have bots running for him, his a million streams won't get paid out in its true value because someone else is cheating to get a bigger piece of the pie. Okay, so this article was written by John Bliston and Nancy Dillon, okay, from Rolling Stone. Let's get to it. So it says, every month under Spotify's watchful eye, billions of fraudulent streams are generated from fake, illegitimate, or illegal methods like bots. The lawsuit states such mass-scale streaming fraud, it continues, causes massive financial harm to legitimate artists, songwriters, producers, and other rights holders, okay? So streaming royalties are paid out through a stream share model where subscription and ad dollars are put into a giant pool, like I told y'all, the pie, with the money divvied up based on each artist's share of the total streams. Most of that money already flows upstream to the most successful artists and biggest rights holders. In this type of shared pool model, fake streams hurt other artists whose shares aren't inflated. So it says, while the lawsuit suggests that use of bots widespread on Spotify, the only example it cites pertains to Drake. It claims voluminous information which Spotify knows or should know proves that a substantial, non-trivial percentage of Drake's approximately 37 billion streams were inauthentic and appears to be the work of a sprawling network of bot accounts. A representative for Drake did not immediately respond to a request for comment. This allegedly fraudulent activity took place between January 2022 and September 2025. According to the complaint, it claims an examination of Drake's streams revealed abnormal VPN usage, had obscured the location of the bot accounts streaming Drake's songs. For instance, the lawsuit claims that over a 4-day period in 2024, at least 250,000 streams of his song No Face originated in Turkey, but were falsely geomapped through the coordinated use of VPNs to the United Kingdom in an attempt to obscure their origins. So VPNs is basically something that you can use to hide your IP address. All our devices have IP addresses, and if people want to research, they can figure out where you are using your device from. So basically saying that They seen a wild amount of streams coming for Drake for No Face that seemed irregular, and then they try to see where it was coming from, and the device said Turkey. All right, now, but the address was kind of funky for me, to the point that when they looked that up, then it showed them some shit about UK. So all these things is looking crazy as far as how they're getting these streams. They're using Drake as an example. Y'all know a little minute ago, some major label offices in Turkey was raided because of some playlist allegations, you know, some pay for play, payola type shit. So it's interesting that this lawsuit is mentioning Turkey as a place that a lot of these VPNs said that was the location, the origin of their location. But I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with streaming farms or bot farms. Like, this is an image of a streaming farm right here. All these devices are used to stream shit to run up out of views, plays, listens, whatever. Someone pays for these things, and these shits act like humans, but they're just bots. Fucking bots. All right. So the continue says the lawsuit also alleged that a large percentage of accounts streaming Drake's music were geographically concentrated around areas whose population could not support such a high volume of streams. No exact placements or numbers were given, though the suit claimed that some streams reportedly originated in areas with 0 residential addresses. So basically, the amount of streams that's coming from one place was impossible because that amount of people don't even live in that area. So it says the lawsuit also cites significant and irregular uptick months for Drake's songs long after they've been released, as well as slower and less dramatic decay rates for Drake's music compared to his contemporaries. Decay rate refers to a typical streaming pattern where plays of an album or song naturally dwindle in the weeks and months after release. So after the initial interest in the song, when the song first comes out, usually these songs, the sales, you're gonna see it starts to decay or fall off, but they stand for Drake looks different. Maybe people just like the songs, like maybe his fans like the songs and keep listening to him because they are entered in the playlist and stuff, and Spotify knows Drake is a safe suggestion, so they keep suggesting his newer music. I think that plays into it because he is Drake. We gotta be real. The same way I kept it real when it came to Kendrick Lamar's situation, it still is fucking Drake. I do think these motherfuckers botting, but I think in regards to shit like that, how does this shit compare to Taylor Swift? How does it compare to Kendrick or other people that are at the top of the totem pole as far as viewership and fans? If his shit don't look like theirs as far as the DK, then you got something. So the lawsuit also claims that a number of streams in Drake's music attributable to individual accounts is staggering and irregular, with a massive amount of accounts listening to Drake's music, doing so 23 hours a day. Less than 2% of these users, the lawsuit goes on to claim, account for roughly 15% of Drake's streams, and about 9% of Drake's streams are attributable to less than 1% of these users. So as a result, the complaint claims Drake's music accumulated far higher total streams compared to other highly streamed artists, even though those artists have far more users than Drake. Interesting. So the lawsuit does not state how the plaintiffs or their lawyers obtained this data, nor does it shed any light on how the analysis of Drake's streaming numbers was conducted. That's a big thing. Like, we got to know where you get this information from, because if not, it's going to sound just like Drake's claims against Kendrick Lamar, saying that he was botting when most of the damn claims came from motherfuckers on Twitter. We laughed Drake off the fucking scene because of that stupid ass shit. So you got to tell us where you're getting these numbers from. Where are you getting these numbers from? You get them from a legit place? Then alright, we could talk about something. But just like how a nigga said about Not Like Us, people listen to Not Like Us and people listen to Drake. No matter how much people hate him, it's just as much people that casually love him. You feel me? But if motherfuckers trying to be greedy and taking advantage of them having a large following, having a large fan base and saying shit, I know people may not think that I'm botting because I'm me. Let me go ahead and buy some more so I can break some records and get some more money, take an even bigger piece of the pie, because I think that the money that Spotify is paying us isn't right in the first place. So I'm gonna steal from them because I feel like they stealing from us with the streaming shit and just strong armor money. Niggas may be doing that. They may be moving like that. But that's why I really don't give a damn about streams and numbers and stuff. Do you like the music? You feel me? This hurts more people that care about this type of stuff. But if you love the music, that should be your only concern as a fan. When you click on your phone, there's the shit available for you to play it. That's all you should be concerned about. Now, artists should care about this type of stuff, because if it's true, the artists are being cheated. So the artists should definitely care, 100% care about this. And songwriters and producers, they should care 100% about these type of things. Labels as well. because they don't want to be cheated too. So it says these allegedly fraudulent streams generated significant revenues for Drake and his company Frozen Moments at the expense of other artists, the lawsuit claims. But it also states that Spotify deliberately turns a blind eye to fraudulent streaming for its own benefits. Now this is interesting how they broke this shit down. So it says, while Spotify has taken steps in recent years to combat the tamp down streaming fraud, the lawsuit casts doubt on the efficacy of these measures and Spotify's own incentives to stop fraud. It suggests that Spotify is particularly vulnerable to bots on the platform's ad-supported free tier because of the myriad accounts can be generated without handing over a credit card number. By allegedly allowing bots to run rampant, Spotify can present high stream and user activity numbers to potential advertisers, the lawsuit alleges, okay? So it says for Spotify, more users and more music streams means more advertising dollars so long as the true origin of the streams remains hidden, the lawsuit states. Spotify also loses money in the form of royalty payouts whenever fraudulent streaming occurs. Artists across the streaming industry need accurate reporting of streams and effective fraud detection to ensure fair compensation. When streams are artificially inflated on a large scale, as my client's lawsuit alleges has happened with respect to streams of Drake's music, it affects the income of countless songwriters, performers, and producers. So the lawsuit seeks to address these broader issues, recoup losses affected musicians, and make the streaming ecosystem as fair and transparent as possible for everyone involved. So this was like the most interesting part for me, to be honest, because I could see this being true. It sounds like some shit a company would do. Turn a blind eye because this is how they benefit when it comes to advertising dollars, because that's where they make the most of their money from, is advertisers. I think it's only so many people. I think the pool is only so large as far as people that's going to continue to sign up for these streaming services, and they can only boost the price of the streaming services so much, you feel me? $15.99 may be pushing it for some folks. $11.99, $13.99, that's more competitive to other platforms, and that's what people are gonna sign up at. And every month they losing and gaining people. So it's tough to scale the business. So they scale, the way that they scale is through advertisers. And if you have more streams coming in and you use a big artist that already gets streams to hide the fake streams, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. There was a problem on YouTube when you had a lot of AI accounts that was running things up. I know some homies was speculating on whether it's YouTube making their own AI YouTube channels that would bring in a lot of traffic with fake stories and shit. But those people, they get a piece of the pie. They get a piece of the pie for the payouts and stuff. At the end of the month, there'll also be these fake YouTube channels that'll just run one interview all day on live stream. So these platforms that have like this model that's similar to this, the stream share model, and they have also trying to get more advertisers to come in and stuff. It's tough to see behind the scenes what's really going on. These companies can do what the hell they want to and play these games however they want to, man. And it's hard to work around them, you know? So you're at their mercy, but you need sometimes some lawsuits to hold them accountable and keep them in place like this, you know? Legally, gotta keep them in place, and sometimes you just need some stuff like this to come through. This shit may not do nothing. This lawsuit may not do anything, but make sure the business is on point. Sometimes just gotta check to make sure shit's straight. It's like a audit of some sort, you feel me? But I don't put it past nobody to have bots and shit going on. I don't put it past no damn body. But that doesn't mean that I don't think that they don't have organic fans as well, organic listens as well. But a lot has been going on with Drake. I seen Wack 100 have some thoughts as far as how you think it's gonna affect Drake's career. Let me see what the hell he's saying.
Build your ass, we'll tear your ass down.
All because he wanted to be a soul loser.
Okay, wait, pay attention.
Yeah.
I want y'all to really think about in the last week what has happened. Since UMG has won that and they had to drop that shit, Drake being sued for falsely promoting steak. It's coming. Remember I told y'all this. The women are coming next. Them people ain't going for that. Oh, you think you finna, cause we didn't. They just hit him with the steak lawsuit, saying you falsely promoting the gambling act. You using the money from there, you lying to the people. You never put up no money. Now this, the women coming next, bro.
Ooh, the women. Ooh.
Watch. Listen, bro.
Let's finish your move.
Ollie is guilty of DMing and putting the bitch on that plane.
Man, Wack, you said this a while ago. You said all this shit was coming, man.
Didn't I tell you? I said, bro.
They crazy, man.
Bro, listen. I don't know who this nigga think he is. Bad work. Nigga just come and drop it in the chat. See what's going to chat.
That's all I want to hear from Wack when it comes to that. But he's saying the women coming next. Now, I did see some shit with this BBL demon. She's claiming some things about Drake. All that shit in Spanish, though. I don't know if y'all care about reading it, but the footnotes. Drake flew out. She thought it was gonna be some one-on-one stuff, but she just was one of the hoes that was at the party, and she felt some type of way about that. So she was saying nasty things about Drake, but didn't try to clear it up after that. That's what I think about it. But some of the things that I was saying, that was being said. It says Gracie Bond says her fling with Drake ended the moment she pulled up to his party and saw everything. She says that they weren't women or trans, then blocked the same nights, and I want nothing to do with that man. She said she saw Drake do everything at the party, including being with women, and he wasn't the person she once admired. She asked she didn't sign any NDAs and that he never gave her true love or real attention during her time with him. So just being hurt, bruh. She said she even met his son, his mother, but they no longer speak. Now, while Aiden Ross was reacting to the situation, Drake came in his comment section and said some things.
El problema estuvo en que después de eso hubo un stream.
There was a stream with a gringo named Aiden Ross. Whoa. What is a gringo?
You?
What the fuck is a gringo? That means I'm a white boy, right? Who does this torta think she's talking about like that? Huh? All right, let me see. Gringo named Aiden Ross. You could have just said Aiden Ross. You could have just said Aiden. It was Nelk too. Let's see.
Ajá. Entonces invito a todos los que estaban ahí. Todo, o sea, yo me quedé como que esto no es la persona que yo admiraba, no es la persona que yo hablaba. Entonces ya.
Blackball this crazy.
Ahí se murió todo.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You must have a like really good dick, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, listen, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. You might just have this really good dick, bro.
All right, we're gonna start there. I'm not. But Drake in the comment section saying, "Big Cat, Gringo has to be dying, huh? Gringo, whoa, just me and you. Blackball is crazy. Woody. That's what they got going on. All right, now Drake been having this a rough weekend, man. He was trying to celebrate like 2 nights in a row at the Toronto Blue Jays game. He was there for game 6 and game 7, and he was even trying to show off pressing the infamous red button. Look at him.
Game 3 of the 1992 World Series. Braves and Jays tied 1 game apiece. 4th inning, 2 men on for Atlanta.
And he said LA pressed the red button on Toronto, and they showed Mookie Betts to Freddie Freeman with the double play that won the World Series. And they've been talking about some damn Drake curse, cause they saying he showed up. They lost 2 games in a row. But even Nike done switched up. Y'all know they linked in with Drake. They playing Squabble Up as the celebration song when they commercial for the Dodgers.
Reincarnated, I was stargazing.
Just showing that for proof, but y'all know cop racing how they get down. And the MLB put this right here on their shit. MLB on Fox. You got Kendrick sliding off in the GNX, Drake back there saying they not like us. Not like us. Hell no. But that's pretty much a wrap for this story right here. Another lawsuit that Drake is mentioning. I would make this point though to Wack 100's point. You guys got enough hurt chicks. They can push a narrative, especially if people want that narrative to be true. They'll let that thing last. But Drake has been sued before for doing things, so it ain't the first time. So. But Edo, y'all let me know what you gotta say in the comment section below. I'm going to get out of here though. This is another update with Stace. Yo,